So I got to look and see specifically what that is, but
we're good now.
We're good now. We're live. Everything is still active. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are live. So today is what, November 20th? The day before, the week before Thanksgiving. I am Ryan Dunstan with East Main Street Insurance. As always, I have my colleague, companion, Chris Kamara with Cobalt Insurance. And Chris is on the road today, so
I've been traveling this week. Yeah, I'm in a little business center in the hotel at the moment.
Yeah, you're out shaking hands and kissing babies and booking policies and
trying to do what we can. It's been a pretty crazy month. I know it's been the same for you.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Someone on my last web call, they said that they couldn't hear my voice.
I can hear you, but I'm going to turn my volume up as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's much more clear.
Okay. Sounds good. Chris wanted to bring up some topics. I wanted to bring up some topics. So here we are chatting about what's new and happening in the insurance industry or insurance, home insurance kind of model. Chris, you wanted to go over rate filings. You wanted to go over the California Fair Plan and their wildfire hardening discounts.
I'm just going to flip to that one slide I was able to create again. I apologize. I've been on the.
Yeah.
What we have show up on the screen.
Oh, wow. You got it. Yeah. This looks good. Man,
I don't have my multiple screens today, so I'm working off of one, and making it a little more difficult for me.
We got to get you a little pocket travel screen so you.
I have one. I didn't want to take it with me. I was packing light for this trip.
Nice. So you wanted to go over the Fair Plan news, availability. It's after.
Well, that was a shocker this morning. I'm a little disappointed with that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I guess we'll have to go through that afterwards because it was a little disheartening to hear that. I mean, I guess that you don't rely so much on Fair Plan, and this is what they do to you. So
yeah, and I guess we should go over that now instead of hinting at what it is. So my communication to my clients with the California Fair Plan was specifically that effective November 15th, which just happened, they can apply for granular discounts on their policies. And the Fair Plan this morning sent out an email and said, no, it doesn't work that way. It's only for new business written on or after November 15th that you can apply for the granular or any renewals that happen thereafter. So
right.
If I had a client earlier this year that wrote a policy and now wants those discounts, they can't get it into their renewal next year.
So yeah, what I can see happening is that at that 30-day mark before they come up for renewal, hopefully the system will be prompting them to allow them to make that renewal discount eligibility. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still don't even see it. I see it now for applying for new business, but I do have some things that are coming up in December. So I'm going to go back today and see how I can remarket or reapply for those now that we're in even that 30-day time frame.
Yeah, that'll be an endorsement, right? I mean,
yeah.
I see the buttons when I go into the system, but I'm not able to make any changes. So maybe you'll have some, because I haven't looked at anyone that's renewing after November 15th yet.
Okay. You don't have anything coming up in December?
I do. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you're on the road. You're on the road. I get it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Look and see how that works. I'm going to cross my fingers for the best and hope that it's going to be eligible. But yeah, it's super disheartening just that, we should be able to, they passed the law. We should be able to help the clients, but good old Fair.
It would have been better if the communication were more clear. I think that at least would have been more understandable, because I wouldn't have communicated to my clients that this discount's available, fill out this form, and I'll start working on it as soon as November 15 transpires, and then we can't do so.
Well,
So
And
now
what
I've got to
about
go back and communicate to
kind
those
of
that have
like
sent
even
me.
what I brought up in our group, like you can't even go on to Fair Plan site and find that form. The only form they
Mhm.
have on there now in the broker section is the tier discounts. So
Sure. Yep.
it's so new, it's going to take them time to make the adjustment and update
Yep.
things.
And we'll adjust as we can with it and communicate what information we get.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of talk in our circles about, inspections. And I think there's some carriers that are more picky, I guess is a good word, and others that are more specific in what they're looking for. I know
Yeah.
there's a number of agents, including yourself, that preps the client on, make sure these things are happening, especially with the growing popularity of self-inspections or virtual inspections, where you take your smartphone and you log on to whatever their website is and do the inspection yourself, right? So, yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier today. Home systems are probably one of the biggest things. So, your heating, your roof, your plumbing, your electrical, make sure those are all in good order. And then about your surroundings, like trees. Some carriers are going to be more picky on how close they are to the home, and some aren't, right?
Well, not only that, but I think just having the pictures ready. So even if you don't know what you're looking at, you're giving it to your agent so that way they can verify it, look at it, and give you that prompting question about the distances, like you're saying.
Mhm.
So,
Yep. I've got to build that into my process a little better. I've had very few inspections that have been an issue because we use virtual tools now. And I'll tell you, Google used to be great. And then, like maybe a year ago, they stopped giving high quality photos. So now I'm using certain carriers, their satellite images, and they give me points in time, different angles of view. So we've been able to do that proactively for our clients.
I mean, that's amazing that like things you would think like the insurance industry, you'd be able to just like tell your address and we'd have all the updated photos, but
We don't.
yeah,
I wish we did.
everything's just far behind. So it's good to have those available for sure.
Yeah, those resources are great. I like ones that give me, because I get a north, east, southwest view. So I get to get the differentiator. If a tree's hanging over a house over here, but it's just a shadow, you never really get to see. But the northeast, southwest, that'll let you see if the tree is truly over the home or not.
Yeah.
And then one of our carrier partners gave us an update on filing reviews, right? And I think that's the latest I've seen all year. Have you seen anything otherwise?
Yeah, no, I haven't actually. I mean, normally it's pretty robust. And that would, just October, right? That you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. I think things are just still at a standstill because they don't know, or maybe they're still integrating it into their own systems. Like a lot of the, admitted carriers have the discounts already kind of pre-built in. So they've probably already done it,
Yeah,
like
it's got to work its way through the system, right? So I know a lot of carriers took rate and renewals are coming. So we'll see what that looks like. And then you told me about this one today. That was news to me, breaking news. That was November 14th. So only 6 days ago, State Farm, the overarching umbrella throughout the country, got a downgrade from AM Best. It didn't affect directly the California subsidiary, but it does in a non-direct way.
Yeah. I think it's just good to see that a lot of carriers' needles are moving and they're probably taking a hit because they're not writing business now either. You stop writing business, your premium and your cash flow is going to stop coming in. So, but you still are susceptible to risk across the entire nation. And I mean, that's the other thing too, is I think that was a large thing whenever State Farm moved out, is because of how saturated they were in the California market. So you cut off your cash flow and it's gonna start hurting you in a lot of different ways. So I don't know if I even said, and we were just chatting about it earlier, what the actual downgrade was as far as financial stability.
I googled it, and I got an article like 5 minutes before we started the podcast.
Okay.
And it looked like they went from AAA to AA. So
Okay.
they're still very, very good. It's just, they're not immune, just
Yeah.
like every other insurance carrier. And a lot of it in the article said it had to do with auto costs. So claims, cost of repairs, things like that. That was a factor in this downgrade.
So, but what is that? I guess I wonder what that billions is too, even though like it's A to AA.
Let me see. Hold on a second.
I forgot what the tier system is. Yeah, it's downgrade from A++ to A+. So they're still superior. And then from AAA to AA+. That's for State Farm Mutual Auto. Also downgraded.
Yeah, you're looking at AM Best's website, just like I am, right? Their exact website.
Yep.
Let me see if I can put that up here.
So it says some of the reasons are underwriting losses across all auto and home, pressure from severe weather, connective storms, and wildfire losses, 5 consecutive years of underwriting losses, increased loss severity, capital position still strong, 72% of surplus in common stock portfolio. Doesn't mean State Farm's in trouble, but they remain financially strong. But the downgrade signals that even the biggest carriers are not immune. And it also impacts how reinsurers and regulators view the California market. I think it's because once you come into California, you are getting quite a bit of money. You've got quite a bit on the hook.
You're reading an article, or are you looking at this AM Best? Sorry, I got to really see it.
I was just reading a snippet.
Okay, I've shared the direct from AM Best's website, the article they put out.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. So, yeah, if you're looking to find out more about State Farm, or you're with State Farm, AM Best is probably the most reliable source for insurance information regarding insurance carriers' financial stability, news about the insurance carrier, and that's free information. You can just log in there at any time and see what kind of data that they're able to help provide to you.
And I know we're going fast. Sorry, but yeah. So we went over the fair plan, the discounts not being available for everybody like we thought. Being prepared for your inspections. If you and every carrier I know of is doing an inspection, right? So if you're shopping around, hopefully getting off the fair plan or getting to a carrier that's going to give you more savings, got to be prepared for what they may find. I've had a few clients where we've rewritten them, saved them a bunch of premium, and then the inspection came back and the roof needs to be replaced. And it's just not a good place for the client to be in at that point.
Yeah. Which, I mean, just in general, roofs are going to be the hot topic for quite some time. I mean, a lot of carriers, whether they be surplus lines carriers or these regular admitted carriers, I think 25 years, maybe even 30, but yeah, that age is really going to be a mute point as far as being eligible for that carrier.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then rate filings are light, and that, I don't see the market getting better right now. I mean, from your perspective, are you seeing any give or?
I don't. I mean, I think things are just going to continue to be stagnant until after the first of the year. That sustainable insurance strategy is supposed to allow carriers to be filing for rates a little bit quicker. But yet no one's filing for rates.
I do see some of these captive carriers coming in, taking stuff in regions like El Dorado and Granite Bay, and they're writing it. It's not a lot of savings, but they're actually coming in and writing a few properties, which is a good sign. Honestly, it is. That competition, it makes it better for everybody. But not a lot, not enough to make a big difference. And then,
I think it just helps you be aware that other carriers are writing. Like, fair plan is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Like, you need to continually be shopping it out, talking to your neighbors, finding out what is maybe re-entering the market. Because a carrier could file for rate and then effective 12/1 come back into the market and the rates may be high, but maybe they're a package business company. So yeah, it's always be aware for sure.
Oh.
What?
Oh, you're there. Sorry, it must have been my side. It froze.
Oh,
And then we haven't touched this yet, but winter prep, atmospheric rivers, and flood risk. It's so funny. Like in Elk Grove, I'm quoting a number of homes. I have one poor client. They shopped 4 different homes. Every single home had a claim from winter 22 to 23. It was when we had those huge atmospheric rivers. There was flooding all over that area. And a lot of it, affected the homes themselves. The wind picked up the roof tiles, got water in, got through vents. And who knows what this winter brings, but it's now time to really think about that. We're not raining a whole bunch at the moment, but these flood carriers, unless you're making a new purchase, and a lot of people don't know this, is you can't just say, hey, Chris, or hey, Ryan, I want flood insurance right now. There's a 30-day wait period for flood insurance. So if it's not a new purchase, you want flood insurance, you want to be prepared for the winter, now's the time to really start thinking about that and having conversations and getting quotes.
and is the flood authority, is that open again?
It is open again, yeah. So the
Okay.
NFIP, the public flood or
Yeah.
national flood program is open. The private flood carriers haven't shut down at all. And realistically, in most of the places in your area and where I'm at in the Rockland area, most of us are in flood zone X, which are considered the safest flood zone. So flood policy is maybe $500 a year, $600 a year. And those are the ones that are people that are going to be affected if we get another atmospheric river. They have no flood insurance, and all of a sudden they have, roof leaks, or I don't want to say roof leaks because that's going to be homeowners, but something related to that, right?
Yeah. Just rising waters in general. I mean, I guess it just depends on your own risk and knowing what you could be susceptible of. And then that's probably why that flood, the X, like you're talking about, what is it, a Y? Like you can determine what your flood risk is.
Yeah, let me find that. That's a good one. Hold on one second here.
Yeah, I think I have. Geez,
I think it's X
One.
and then X99, if I remember
maybe
correctly.
one flood policy.
Oh, we write a few more than that.
Yeah, I just don't write them at all. Just because our area, I mean, we have the Snowmageddons in the 22, 23. So everyone was having, trees fall on their roof and weight of snow and whatnot. But
Oh, yeah. All right, let me get this shared. Hold on a second. I really miss my multiple screens, I'll tell you that. Did that work?
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm going to flip over since it's so small. Let me close out of here.
So since you write it a bunch, where are you seeing that you're that people are kind of at risk at?
I don't understand the question.
Where Rockland, like you're saying, yeah, like are there certain areas in town, like in your area, that maybe are more susceptible, or
anything Sacramento River, American River, Natomas, those areas. The biggest effect though for flood and that storm in 22-23 was Elk Grove. There were portions of Elk Grove that completely flooded.
Wow.
Yeah, flood zone X. I don't see C. I don't know what that is, but flood zone X is considered the safest area. And then you get to the point where most of the time it's low to moderate right here. That's the lender isn't going to require you to have flood insurance. But A99 is kind of like right on the edge. And then everything else is going to require flood insurance.
Wow. And then those have different deductibles too, right? Split deductibles, right?
For what's that?
For flood insurance?
No, you mean for the property versus the personal property, the structure versus
I
personal
mean, is
property?
it like earthquake insurance where you have like high, like 5, 10, 15, like multiple deductible options you can choose from?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's a whole range of deductibles you can pick. I think the default for my carriers when I quoted is $5,000.
Oh, okay.
But the other thing to consider is, with private flood, there's loss of use, right? So if your home floods completely and has to be rebuilt, you can't live in it, or your bottom floor, let's say, has to be completely redone, you can't live in it. That'll pay for you to live elsewhere. I don't think homeowners is going to cover that, right? If the cause of loss is flood.
No, they're not. Yeah, it's got to be the specific peril named in order for you to start having coverage.
Yeah. So another thing to think about: if you can't live in your house, where are you going to stay for the time that it's being repaired?
Right.
And like I said, for flood zone X, that's like more affordable peace of mind, right? Less than $500 a year is what I've been generally seeing for flood zone X.
That's definitely affordable, especially when you're taking into consideration how much damage water does. Most people
Mhm.
aren't really aware of it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, let me take a real quick look. Hold on a second. Oops. Can you still see my screen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, awesome. I can't tell because again I'm on one screen. But let's see. 95959. That's Grass Valley.
5959 is Nevada City.
Oh, Nevada City.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take this house right here. Maybe something a little lower on the price. Shouldn't matter. But
I would, yeah, maybe look something towards the river. Nothing
well,
up
I'm
on the
going to show
mountain.
flood zone X first. So
Oh,
this has got to be an X right here. So 1, 2, Red
yeah,
Dog Road.
Red Dog is up on the hill.
And it's super. We'll jump into carriers, flood carriers. We're just going to do a quick indication. Should take less than 60 seconds. Are you seeing my tab? No, you're not. Share this tab instead. Now are you seeing Neptune?
Yep, Neptune, baby.
This is private flood, one home. Okay, a little bit longer since the carrier is taking longer. Okay, so we'll just leave all this alone. We'll say not a manufactured home, no prior flood losses. This is in flood zone X, so the safest, right?
Yeah.
You can see how it goes all the way up to V. That's probably coastal, like right on the water or over the water. Built in 1979, wood frame, primary residence, single family home. Let me just take a quick look. This is probably slab for the garage at least. Let's see if it's half and half. Maybe crawl space for the main
Got to
home.
say crawl space. It's
All right,
probably not on a slab.
So we just got to pick a couple of characteristics. A wood frame, primary home, single family. Let's say it's crawl space.
Yep.
And we'll do subgrade crawl space, just as an indication.
Yep.
We'll make it 2 stories. Covers the building itself for $250,000. That's your damage to your flooring, your walls, etc. Coverage your personal contents for $100,000. The default, like I said, is $5,000.
Nice.
And then you can put replacement costs for personal contents. And then this is the one I was really talking about. So it pays for portion of living expenses you incur, right? So if we put $10,000 of coverage on there, we're looking at $534.90.
Like $40 difference. What's 50? Go up to 50.
$683.
Yeah, almost $200 difference.
And if you didn't care so much about the building, you could even drop that down. Let's say it's 100,000 in damage, because like this one here, it's on a hill from what I saw in the photo.
Yeah.
So a lot less likely, right? So you can go down to, see if it changes anything here. Barely even changes anything. So it's probably more on the personal contents and on the temporary living expenses.
Yeah. ALE. Mhm.
But still, price wise, I mean, something worth looking at.
Parametric earthquake policy. That sounds like fun.
This one's cool. This one, I kind of like the idea of this. So it says they have the thing that if it's X distance from any place that an earthquake originates and you're in that zip code, that distance, they'll pay you flat out this money, no questions asked.
They'll just give it to you even if you don't have any damage?
Yeah.
What?
Because what if you live someplace else? Oh yeah. So any quake related expenses, right?
Got it.
And then no deductible. And then that's not what I'm looking for. How does it work? I have the material, just not in front of me. This wasn't on the topic.
No,
for
that's
today.
fine. We probably don't need to talk about it. I was just like a squirrel moment for an insurance agent. Like, what is that? What
It's
is
an
that
interesting
parametric
thing.
coverage?
It's absolutely not like your typical earthquake coverage.
Uh-huh.
Earthquake coverage, the way I look at that is it's catastrophic, right?
Oh yeah.
It's only catastrophic.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to look at things. I feel like insurance wise right now, because most people are just. I think most people right now are starting to become a little bit more risk adverse in understanding policies and I'll pay for that $10,000 damage, damage, whether it be to the roof or something else. Some people are really only want to use it for a full on 50, 100,000 total loss situation.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, I don't know if you could. Oh, there it is. My screen blacked out, but I was still here and I could still hear you. So that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's all the topics I really had for today. Like I said, I'm just in the business center and popped in. So
cool. Thanks for making time for us, Chris, as always.
awesome. We'll end the stream now. Okay.
Okay.